Welcome to the lounge in the SP 500 and study on the daily chart here. We're looking at minor wave 4 on this correction and minor wave 5 up here. We're looking for 5 waves through here, and I haven't got them labelled, but we could just go over those a little bit. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, so we can look at that as wave 1 and wave 2 here, and then we can look at all of this as wave 3 here and wave 4, and now we're looking up for wave 5 here in a rough sketch there. Once that's in play there, then we can look at a larger ABC correction here. I was looking at, I know that in regard to the trading levels, that 600 is important, 700 is important, but in terms of general patterns and turning points and so on, the 2,650, the 650, the 65 number is more important, and we'll see that play out now. Now, when I say that it's more important than the 700 and the 600, and what I normally find too is that we may get a top closer to the 700, but normally what I would find is that between the 600 and the 700 here, that the 600, the 2650 in a way becomes like a very important sort of pivot point here, and very usable in terms of going long or going short here. So I just thought I'd go over that a little bit. So anyway, our job at the moment is going from this wave 4 up to wave 5 there. So let's just drill into this. So from this wave 4 here, we're looking at this to the upside now in 5 waves. I thought that we may be having a top in at the 2650, but it does appear that we've still got further to go to the upside. I've made this here a little bit bigger than it really is here, than it will be, but we'll drill into that in a moment. But just in a nutshell here, we're looking at wave 1 and 2 here, and wave 3 here, and wave 4 that can pull back to the 38.2% retracement level, which is the top of the rectangle box, or the bottom of it as the wave 4 here, and then up for wave 5 here as such. But this pattern here from wave 3 to 4 here will be an A and a B and a C wave here. And yeah, it may not pull all the way back down. There is some important levels here, and first of all, this would be group 1 in here, which would be 10, 20 and 30 in here. So it may just come down to the 30 here, the top of group 1, and bounce off that here. So if I can just move these back up into here, it may be just like that here. So I'll just delete those. I mean, because that makes it look really big, doesn't it? I mean, I should have left the little A wave there. That was an error. And then we can just move that in over here, wave 4 into here, put that into here, there. That's kind of more of the reality of it. And also too, if I can just borrow this here, move this here, this will be 72 in here roughly, and borrow this for the 80 here, and just borrow one of the, I'll borrow this one, will do 65 in here. So that would be the kind of target area that would be looking for, which would be group 2 at that stage. I'll just put these over here, and I'll just copy one of these and make this little A wave here. So that looks a bit, doesn't look so drastic at that point. So let's just go in and work with this. So yeah, on the hourly chart, let's pick this up. So from wave 4 here, we've got wave 1 and 2, then we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've really got 5 waves here. It's really quite long in that regard, isn't it? But wave 3 here looks a bit shorter, but the reality is that it was really strong in the middle here, So it's got all the characteristics of a third wave moving to the upside here, and then we've got wave 4 pulling back, and then we've got wave 5 to the upside here. And once again, we're looking for the A, the B, and the C correction here to pull back either to the 26.30 or down right back down to the 26.20, which is possible, which is wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. It's a 38.2% retracement level, and so on and so on. But in this space here, if you're long at the moment, you know, I suggested two targets, the 26.30 and the 26.50 here. So they're good places to take the money, but also we will be moving higher here as well. So I'm not sure about the stop. You know, we don't want to put it right here on the previous low, because if this wave 4 comes down and snaps it, well then that's sort of over. So we really need to leave it out of the way here. I'm just going to put it here, but you know, if I was trading this, then I would be taking the money at the 50, at the number 5. 5 is the second strongest number, and you know that. And also group 1, we talked about the top of group 1 as well. But I'll leave it just out of the way for the time being here. That's the main point. So I'm just going to go into the tick chart and have a look at this little scenario from this wave 4 low here. So I was looking at this as 1 and 2. I won't go back all over this, but I got wave 3 and 4 here, and 5 here as the logical event, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the A wave, the B wave, and then the C wave moving down here a little bit further. As such, I can't draw on this side of the tick chart, and then we'll see the movement up here. But also I need to point out too that this wave 4 here, you know, we're kind of expecting it also to be back down here as well. So this wave 4 may get a little bit more complicated, you know what I mean? So we've got the A, the B, and the C wave to here. But it might just get a bit more complicated in that, whoops a daisy, I've got to take the copy button off. So it could just end up that this is more like it here, you know, moving this out. So this is just the A wave here as an A and a B and a C for the A wave here, then a B wave back up here, then a C wave down here. So it could be like that there as well. Yeah, so I'm not kind of sure about that, but as I'm playing it out now, that would be the A, the B, and the C wave coming into this space here. So yeah, they can get a bit more complicated. I mean, one of the other things too is that this is the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree from the green one to this one here. So the green one should really be 60% bigger in terms of size than this one here. So at this moment it still looks a little bit small, doesn't it, you know? So just be mindful of that. If you're going to go long from here, then this B wave top here, I can't draw past that with this particular tool, but I'll just put that little bit there in green. So if you're going to go long, then that would be look, basically a tested support on this. So don't just take the spike. It needs to, you know how it works. It basically, I can draw on this side. So if it moves back up, it will react to it, of course. Then it will move up and run out of steam, and then it will come back and do its little business there, and then find support here. You know, so these are the, you know, these are the part of you know, this is the trend up here. So this is part of that structure. So yeah, that would be the long trade, and then trading up to 65, taking 50%, and then the other bit at the rest of it at 72 there. All right, I'll just leave it at that. Alrighty, cheers.